All right, Sharatazah, I'm about to bring you on stage.
Shalom.
Shalom, Yahawashim, Yahushuah.
Yahawashim.
All right, most high Christ. So, Sharatazah, if you could just state your registry, and then we can begin.
Kanawaka, Priest and Officer Sharatazah, Allah, Bon Lawyer, Bon Yasha.
Okay, most high Christ, tribe of Loyah, Levi. Okay, most high Christ. So, with that being said, y'all, right? I got what I would like to do today, since this is week 2. Now I don't know if everybody was doing this on the online classes, but here in Philly, we're on week 2 of the past tense. Now we went through a segment where a series of us where we read one verse from each book of the Bible, like not one verse from each chapter of the Bible, but one verse from each book of the Bible. We did that, right? We completed that. Then we went into the ending connectors. No, I believe we started with the beginning connectors, right? Then we completed that. We went into the ending connectors. We completed 3 weeks of that. So we did 3 weeks of the beginning connectors, and we did about 4 or 5 weeks of the ending connectors. Now we at the past tense. So we're going to do 3 weeks of the past tense. This is week 2. Then, of course, we're going to come to the present tense, do 3 weeks of the present tense. Then we're going to do 3 weeks of the future tense. All right. Because the goal is, and I see everybody coming in. Salakia, we was trying to get on the online classes. We was on the old account, and it was giving us some trouble. So we finally was able to get on the official page just now. So that's why everybody's coming in now. With that being said, so we on the second week of the past tense, y'all. The second week of the past tense. And the goal is to be able to speak the Hebrew. All right. I'm going to start putting out some short clips of each week. This is some of the things that we went over. And I might even just make a whole new clip of it and just go through it instead of it being like a whole class and trying to find some short clips. I might just do the lessons that we did and just, tell everybody what it is and put it up on the screen and have it for about 10 minutes, each class, right? Just so everybody can be up to speed, because the goal, Salaki, Sharatazah, I think I took you down by accident. Hold on. Bring you back up. Hold on, give me a second. Here we go. All right. I can't figure out how to do it on here. I think is, hold on, y'all. Here we go. All right, got you up there. So the goal is for us to be able to speak the Hebrew fluently. Okay, so we practicing each thing. I want to show y'all something, right? So this is what we're going to go into today. We on the past tense. This is the beginning of the past tense. All right, I'm going to show you. Let me see if I can bring this up. Right here, the 100 most common verbs. Y'all can see this here. So 100 verbs in Hebrew. Okay, the 100 most common verbs. I'm jamming this up, trying to make it right, trying to adjust it. All right, it just won't let me. I gotta rock with how it is. Hopefully, y'all can see that better. Now, this is the 100 most common verbs. All right. If you know a verb is a person, place, or a thing, a verb is an action word, a noun is a person, place, or a thing, right? So now what we're going to do is we got the 100 most common verbs here. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go on to the next page. What we're going to do is we're going to take random verbs, and apply the rules of the past tense to each one of these. All right, we're going to apply the rules of the past tense to each one of these verbs, whichever ones we pick. And so, for example, Sharatazah, we'll go with rescue, the one in the middle at the top, right, which is Yashai. It's Yashai in Hebrew. The Strong's concordance number is 3467, right at the top in the middle, Yashai, rescue. So the last past tense that Quatazah said he read was Atha Shamar Tha. Shamar was the would be the action word, which is to keep or guard, right? Or to watch. So, which is why it says you watched. So we're going to replace that with Yashai. So instead of Shamar Tha, it would be Yashai Tha. Yashai Tha. All right. Now, Quatazah, if you can set me up on a board, if you can erase that, you might got to clean the board a little bit. Look like the kids is going in on. Hey, Sharajas, them young ones, they be going in on the board, man. You come in a classroom, there's all types of pictures on a whiteboard, man. Some of them can draw too. You know, as a kid, but it still be fire. You know what I mean? I don't know none of them anime characters. They ain't my thing. They be all up on the board, man, drawing. You know, God Christ. So all right. So and the reason why I had you state your registry, that's how you know, that was the tradition of the school. You would state your registry, and then I believe General Q will have everybody read the alphabet. You know what I mean? But we just a little tight on the time. So we won't. And I think we all know the alphabet. You know what I mean? I know as newcomers, I think we all got the alphabet for the most part. All right. And if not, you go to your Hebrew class, man, get a copy of that sheet. Get a copy of the alphabet sheet from somebody in your zone. All right. So Sharat let's so that was the example, right? I picked the word rescue, which is right here in the middle of the 100 most common verbs, right here at the top. The word is yashai, right? To deliver, to rescue, right? Where you get YAHUWAHI from, right? From yashai, okay? So here they have rescue. We will also use deliver, right? Deliver. Saved, right? Same thing. Saved, delivered, rescued, yashai. So we wanted to say, Sharat Dazah, you saved me, right? Or you saved, or you delivered a priest, right? So you would say, Yashai Tha HaKahan, right? You delivered a priest, you delivered a priest, the priest, right? Now, if y'all see that right here, I'm gonna make this big screen for a second. If y'all see right here at the top where it says Atha is just the word for you. That's the root word for you, Atha. Okay? That's why we say Yahbashim Yahushabrak Atha, right? Just you. And it's masculine or feminine. It's neutral, right? Atha is you. So right here is just showing how to say you, and then it's going into the actual example. Just like up here, Anya is I. You don't have to say Anya Shamarthaya, because you won't see that in the scriptures. What you will see is whatever the root word is, or that word with Thaya at the end. So you'll see Yashai Thaya, right? I saved, I rescued, right? I rescued the priest. Yashai Thaya HaKahan, right? Or Yashai Thaya Kahan, right? I saved the priest, okay? Or you saved Sharat Dazah, the priest. Yashaitha HaKahan, or Yashaitha Kahan. You know what I mean? So the last one that they have here, before we go into the rest of the past tense, is he watched. He watched. So it's saying he did this. Now, if you notice, there's nothing on the root word, on shamar. There's nothing here added. You see YAHUAH, which is the root word for he, right? YAHUAH is she. So YAHUAH is he, YAHUAH is she. But you see the word shamar is nothing on it, because our language, Salaki, Shiratas, let me ask you, why is it that nothing is attached to it? I almost gave it away, but I think I caught myself right at the end. Why is nothing attached to shamar? Just take a shot at it.
I want to say because it's art, because it's slang. Is it like because the way we speak is like slang, and it's like it's straight to the point.
Okay, that's true about our language, but why isn't anything attached to this word right here? It's very simple. So YAHUAH is he, but you notice there's nothing on the word. Why is that? Tell me something about our language. As far as I don't give it away. So just tell me why that is. You got he right here. I'll sort of try to bring you home in it, and y'all can type in as well. Is our language gender based? Sharatazah?
I want to say la'a.
Okay, Khan, it is gender based.
Oh, okay.
You see masculine and feminine.
Right.
So that's all that's all I can really give you. But for time's sake, since this is very easy, right? This ain't even a big mystery. The reason why, I'm gonna bring it back up full screen too, Sharat is up. The reason why, that's Tawab. We can keep going. That's definitely Tawab, because we're gonna come around to the board. The reason why is nothing attached to it is because our language is gender-based, we automatically have a masculine language. We ain't gonna have a gender-based language and it's gonna be feminine. You feel me? Like that, because the man is the head. The man has more authority. The man outranks the woman. Not to say that she's lesser of a being. That's not what we're saying. Or not to say she can't do what we can do. Not to say, any of those things like that. But the man outranks the woman. The man is the head. That's that. We have a masculine language. Our language is a masculine language. We have a gender-based language. Meaning what? Meaning we change our language according to the gender. You know what I mean? So naturally, our language is masculine. But if we speak into a woman, we change it to the feminine way of saying things, which is why you have here M plus F, meaning it's masculine plus feminine, so it's neutral. M plus F is masculine plus is feminine, so it's neutral. But here is he. It is no feminine. So now let me get you to the so let me take you back to the 100 most common verbs, right? So y'all can see that. I'm gonna go back here. I believe I sent. Wait, that's. Hey, can you grab my phone? Did I bring my phones in? I think I might have left the phones. No, it's next door when we do the show. No, yeah, it's right at the bottom. Here you go. It's lock. We do the black watch. So hold on, here we go. This is that. Right, yeah, I didn't send it. All right, but for now, I just give y'all some examples, right? So if it was feminine, if we wanted to change it to the feminine, right? Most times you would add, so to make a word feminine, you add waf at the end, or you add a ha. You add ha at the end. So it would be yashai or yashai, right? Yashai with a pronunciation of a small pronunciation of the ha, just without the ah sound. So yashai, like as if you was going to say ha, but you don't pronounce the I at the end. So a lot of times where you see the I connected to a ha, that's how you would pronounce it. Or you could say yashai, right? To make it sound more feminine, depending on how you want to say it. We got the like we're making names. We got the freedom to sort of maneuver or pronounce things a certain way when it comes to a name, to make it give it either a more masculine feel or a more feminine sound, right? A more masculine sound or a more feminine sound. All right. Let me send this here since I have the phone with me. Let me send this out right now so we can all get to the next part. All right, here we go. I thought I sent this, y'all, but I didn't. So I'm gonna send it right now. Boom, boom, boom. Any questions, Sharatazah?
No, not yet, sir. I'm just listening in.
All right, Most High in Christ. So now, Sharatazah, I'm gonna let you pick the next word that we'll practice on. That we'll, do some practice on.
Come on, sir. Let's do conceal.
Conceal. Okay, H30, Strong's number 3680, right?
Come on, sir.
And that word is kasa. Kasa in Hebrew. So you want to do conceal, which is kasa. Okay. So now let me pull this up. Boom, boom, boom. Hold on. I done made it. I did too much, y'all. All right, here we go. So this is the continuation of the past tense right here. I guess I got to keep it like this. Okay. So the rest of the past tense is all these down and then all the way down to future tense. But under the future tense is the actual future tense. Y'all get it? So above the future tense is all the rest of the past tense. So now, Sharatazah, I'm going to let you pick one, one from out the category of they, you, we, she, whichever one you want to go with.
So let's do, okay, so we're just making up a sentence with the word conceal.
We're not making up a sentence. We're just practicing it with the rule to how we would say it. How we would say you did this, or you concealed, or they concealed, or we concealed.
Okay, let's do she concealed.
She concealed. That's what you want to use?
Come on.
Okay. So now let's go back to the word conceal. And the word conceal, I'll try to make this a lot bigger, is kasa. Kasa. So kasa is concealed, right? Now, she concealed, you would add a ha at the end of it. But I'm pretty sure that because there's already a ha there, it would be no need to add another ha. Now, what we could do, let's do this. Because if the word is already feminine, we can get away with, it might be kasawaf. Let's take a look at the word. Let's see if the word is masculine or feminine. What we're going to do here is we're going to go to the Blue Letter Bible. Can y'all see what I'm doing? Perfect. I'm going to go to the Blue Letter Bible. The reason why I like to use the Blue Letter Bible is because you can go into the interlinear and look at the Hebrew. Along with it is the lexicon, and you can look straight at the lexicon, which is the notes of the men that translated the Bible. All right. Let's go here. Let me see. What was it? Let me take a look at it. The conceal was 3680.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
The last one we did, if it was a she, if it was like feminine, it would have had the wath at the end.
It would have had a ha at the end.
Oh, okay.
So if you can see here, she watched, or she what was the word that we used? She rescued, right? It would be Yashai ha, because of the ha that you add at the end, right? This ha right here. So you got Shamar or Shama, and then this was Ra right here. It would have been connected. Shamar. But instead, they added the ha at the end. So it's Shamara. Shamara. Right? Shamara. So she watched, or she guarded, or she kept. Shamara. I believe Shamara Wath would have been feminine as well, but I think it would have been feminine plural, depending on who you use it.
I see.
Yeah, I believe the YAHWAH makes it feminine plural sometimes, right? But because you got here Shamar Thumb, Shamar Thun, boom, boom, you got Shamar Wah for they. You got Shamar Thun for you, feminine plural, saying y'all sisters, y'all watched, right? Y'all kept. Or Yashai Thun would be y'all rescued, y'all delivered, y'all saved. Yashai Thumb would be y'all brothers, you, or y'all, you know, plural for you. Today we just say y'all niggers, y'all Negroes. It would be Yashai Thumb, y'all rescued. Men in I.S.U.P.K, Yashai Thumb, you know, the young brothers. Y'all rescued the young brothers. Y'all rescued, you know, whoever. And then as you can see right here, you would add Nawa at the end, right? Which is, you know, we, us, or our. It would be Yashai Nawa. Yashai Nawa. So it's just how we do it. But Waf at the end, I believe, makes something feminine plural sometimes. But I believe you can use it because different times in the scriptures, it'll have Waf and it won't have Ha. It'll say Waf. And it's just random, you know, it's randomly used pretty much. But I believe, as far as I know, it was used pretty much not in a rule sense, but in a random sense. Right. How can I say? I don't want it to sound like we just did it randomly, but what I'm trying to say is, okay, with a rule sense, with the rules that we have here, the way our language is built, but more so in a slang. That's a better way of saying it. More so in a slang sense, to say, I got the freedom to use WAF if I decide to use it this way.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because now, just so y'all know, everybody that's tuned in, this is our language. General Q told us straight up and down. He said, we can make words for car and computer. We don't gotta use Esau's words. Like airplane, we can make up our own words. Cell phone, pager, text. We can make up our own words. This is our language. We own it. Who's to say that we like who's gonna tell us that we're wrong?
Right.
So technically, the only way we would be right is if we went by the white man for our culture. You know what I mean? Like it's ours. It's his too, though. This is his language too. It's also the Arabs' language. Also their original language. It's also the Chinese and Japanese original language. Abraham was a Hebrew, which means what? Lot was a Hebrew. Which means Lot spoke Hebrew, Abraham spoke Hebrew, Chinese and Japanese started with Hebrew, the Arabs started with Hebrew, the white man started with Hebrew, and so did we. But that's why we're known for the Hebrew, because we kept it. They went on to make Mandarin, the Chinese and the Japanese. The oppressor, he just steals whatever he can get his hands on. The Arabs, they came out with what? Arabic. It's an Arabic language, which they consider to be the closest to Hebrew, right? Like the closest to the Hebrew, but as far as pronunciation and things like that, right? But yeah, but it was all our language at one time. It's just that we kept the language. And the reason that they had it is because Ibra kept the language, if you get what I'm saying, going even further back.
Right.
So General Q said, listen, we can make up our own words. Can't nobody tell us that we don't have the right to make up a word for airplane, for jet, for text. Send me a something, you know what I mean, in Hebrew. For phone call. They didn't have a damn phone back, in Hebrew times. They have a computer. They didn't have a damn washing machine. We come up with all that. garage. We can make our own words up. Car, things like that. We, a scooter and all these. We can make up our own words and have our own word, and it'll be the official word from the Most High God once we make it up, and that'll be that. Right now we're using official whatever Esau made. If you get the if y'all go ahead and get the Ben Yehuda dictionary, right? There's tons of words in there that wasn't from back in our time. So, but that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? I'm just letting everybody know. So WAF is, I said all that to say it was used more so in the slang sense, because the rules to it, as you see it being applied, and just so y'all know, I'm gonna post this up. When I say the rules, meaning this is what was noted down from the studying of the Bible on how the Hebrew language is. Remember, in order to translate the language, you have to have somebody that knows the language. You have to have somebody that understands the language. It's like they got all those hieroglyphs and they trying to figure out what this means and that means, but what they're not saying is they can go to the damn Egyptians and former Egyptians and get what it means. Anybody who did dealings with the former Egyptians and that knew some type of Egyptian, they can go to and look at those words. You ain't gonna come over there and in 40 years you're gonna be like, yeah, I figured out what it is. This is saying that, and you will have no idea what the hell it's saying.
Right.
Who in the hell gonna figure out what Mandarin is in 20 years? You're gonna take you 100 years? How do you even know? Like, you don't know what the sounds they made, the frequency of the sound, or how it's even pronounced to say. Like, that makes no sense. And Sharad, I'm talking about in real life, I'm talking about real reality. You get a piece of paper, you're gonna start where? Quatazah, and say, oh, this was the letter Yah. You don't know if they had a letter Yah.
Right.
You don't know if they had an E in Mandarin. You don't know if they had an E in Arabic. What are you talking like this? Because we not dumb. You know what I mean? Esau played on things, and when you sit back and think about it, just like this, they tell you that what is a hypothesis, right? It's an educated guess. Who's to say that this is 1,000,000 years old? Esau quick to say something 1,000,000 years old. What does he have that's 1,000,000 years old that he can compare it to? And who can confirm that was 1,000,000 years old? It's a hypothesis, it's a theory. And yet people talk about, yeah, the planet is 18 billion years old with the universe. How? What did you measure? Right. They still trying to figure out why McDonald's French fries don't age. They better chill. They talking about, you know what I mean? So, and that's just that's all I'm saying is you have to actually. The reason we know that the Earth is no more than 12,000 years old is because we added it up for what it says in the Bible, that one day is as 1,000 years. It's a period of time. That's that. And they ain't got nothing older than, I believe, 7,000 years of actual, factual, historical writings that go back to civilization that can be traced back to a people, because that's what you got to get. If I get this writing, I got to trace it back to whose writings. Then once I get those writings and figure out whose it is, then I have to trace it back to a civilization, and then I have to be able to find that civilization, document it with other civilizations to say that it even existed, or some type of artifacts that match to that civilization. How am I going to say this was 1,000,000 years old? But their writings match the writings from here that is not 1,000,000 years old. Because everybody got a flood story, but this civilization is 10,000 years old and this one is 1,000,000. The African Dogon said they are 3 billion or 3-something million years old. That's what the Africans say, right? But they're the same Egyptians that got cast out. But their writings go back to whatever everybody else's is, and theirs ain't 1,000,000 years old. But they supposed to be 3 million years old. And I'm gonna get off my sidebar. I'm gonna let you come in, Quadras, but I gotta say this. They're 3 million years old, but they don't tell you where white people come from. They are praising the white man like he is God coming over to that damn desert, nothing that they got in the middle of that Sahara. And they can't tell you where the Arabs came from. They don't know where anybody else came from but just them. And that, yeah, we're millions of years old. Shut up. Just, you sound like the white man has taught you good. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Quatazar. You got
No, you good. I understand it's so heavy because I be trying to figure out, because I heard that so much, the Dr. Yuck dude, right? So he got trillions of years of knowledge and stuff like that. And I'll be thinking, like, who will believe that? Like, I'm 35 years old. I can't even go back. You know what I mean? So how do you want to go back to a million years? It's crazy.
And then how do you know that it's a million years?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So let's say we go back and found, so Sharatazar, this is the last thing. If I come back and I find something from Israel, right? From our lineage. I'm like, wow, this is old. And I put it in the computer. The computer says it's a million years old. The computer is wrong. Just white people just don't want to accept that the computer is wrong. You know who brought that out? The one they be talking about, Maine from Hustle and Flow. He was like, yeah, man. He brought out something about the calculator. You put in the same thing on a car. You seen that? Yeah, the cat from Hustle and Flow. Man, is a Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard said if you put this into the calculator, something times this minus that equals this. And then you do it on a regular calculator with just without doing all that. And do the same math problem, you get two different answers. Same exact thing, because the calculator is wrong. It just happens. The way it miscalculated. Anyway, so with that being said, I'm just saying, with our language, you have to understand it, and you have to have somebody that spoke that language to be able to understand it, or else you just in your imagination of what the helicopter looked like on an Egyptian pyramid. It's just a hypothesis of what it could have meant. You have to have somebody that has spoken that language to figure that out. There is where do they put the alphabet, and how do you know how to pronounce it? You know, it is that you lying. All right. Now, with that being said, go ahead, Sharatazar.
No, I was saying CHAANAYAAHLA.
All right. So Most High in Christ. Now, if I could, I said all that to say the reason why I like the Blue Letter Bible is because of the lexicon, the notes from the lexicon, which is in the Blue Letter Bible. So we're gonna type in, and just so y'all know, right? Whenever y'all looking up a Hebrew word, you can always put hashtag. Oh damn, I put the wrong thing. My bad, y'all. I suppose it's shift. All right, shift. There we go. 3 hashtag H if it's Hebrew, or if it's Greek, it should be hashtag G, and then whatever the number is. So since it's Hebrew, we're gonna put hashtag H. I think it was 3680. Kasa. Kasa is the Hebrew word. It's a primitive root, so it's not feminine or masculine. Right? Let's see what it was used as here. Cover 135 times. Let's see where it was used as cover. Let's click on it. Kasa. I want to see if we're covered. Let me see. Under the heavens, we're covered. Let's see. This might be feminine. Since they're talking about the land, it should be in feminine. Let's see if it says kasaha, or what does it say? Kasawa. This one is kasawa. Oh, to say they were covered. I got it. All right. And they. Y at the beginning is and. Yah at the beginning with a Y at the end is they. Right? And they were covered. And then the mountains. The they is just speaking of the mountains. Right? And they were covered. So I went through that sort of fast, y'all. My bad. This is Hamayim, I believe, in the water. So the waters, and they covered Haharium. The. This is the at the beginning. Ha, and then Har is mountain, and then Har Yum is mountains, plural, with the Yum at the end, right? Now, I want to bring this out, shameless plug, but I.S.U.P.K, we pulled up a verse, went to it and read it, and nobody even knew. I didn't even go into the English. Just so you know, right here, this is what it says. Mountains were covered. Water's right here. I said, oh, this is water. Then I said, yeah, the they is talking about the mountains. The mountains was covered. That was 0.3 seconds, but you had to know the language to be able to do that. I did not know nothing about nothing and then look at it and say, you know what, this is how. No, that's not how life works. The oppressor is the devil, man. And we got witnesses. Salaki, y'all. I'm not saying I'm the best at Hebrew or none of that, but I.S.U.P.K, we are the best at Hebrew. Listen, when you Sharatazah, when I pull this, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I pull up the Hebrew, sometimes it still be looking like chicken scratch to me. It just be looking like a bunch of stuff. But I can actually read the Hebrew. So, you know what I mean? I'm sort of okay at reading the Hebrew. So it'll be all chicken scratch, and then I'll see something that I know. I know my yum is water. I know how at the beginning. Look, I singled it off right here. Look at this, y'all. I singled it off right here and then clicked it by accident, and it was separated. And I did that also with Kasa. I was trying to show you something with Kasa, and it came up the same way. Yah at the beginning, Y at the end is saying they. It's saying they did this. And that is in the actual tenses, right? That's in the tense. Hold on, let me take you back to the past tense. Right? Past tense. Wait, was that it? I think that was it. Boop, 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 boop. All right, I can show you right here with the past tense. The past tense, it says they. Hold on. Because that's the future tense. Let me just, good night. Everything's doing its own thing right now. Okay. So lock it. Computer is not on my side today. Here we go. So past tense, right? Right here it has Y at the end. It has Shamar Wa. Has a Y at the end. But if you notice, Yah, there's no Yah at the beginning here. But the way you know that is saying they is Yah at the beginning, Y at the end. When it's just Y at the end, that's how you know that it's slang. That is just the slang form of it, or the shortened form of it, where it just says Y at the end. That's why in Psalms 83, it has Y at the end of it. They are confederate against thee. They did this. You know, the tabernacles of Edom, they something, and this, they did that. That's why it's Y at the end. Kal Nasi Yakamwa, Amarwa. Right? So you get what I'm trying to say. It has Y at the end to say they did this. And I just wanted to show you that's how you can identify. There's Yah at the beginning and there's a Y at the end to say they did this. Now, hold on. Let me see if I can. I want to make this smaller. I think I got it on this page as well.
Oh, so the Y in the beginning is they, and the Y at the end is they.
No, the Yah at the beginning, the Y at the beginning of a root word is saying and. As you can see right here, and.
Right.
And then you got Yah at the beginning, and then you got Y at the end right here to say, and they were covered.
Okay.
But the they is just referring to what it's talking about. It's referring to the mountains. And they were covered. It's just referring to the mountains. So it's not actually written. It's just the way we speak. Because we got a direct language. You can't sneak this. I can't say this or these people or without saying these people that, you know, and it's just, that's just how it is.
Right.
We got a language where if you walk into the room and say anybody can get it, everybody can have it. Somebody gonna say who? That's just Israel. Who could get it? It's always somebody that wants to smoke in Israel. You cannot do that. That is against our rules. Our rules of life. You can't just walk, man. Listen, dog. Any one of these niggas can get it. Who? That's the before you done the sentence, like who can get it? and our language is just like that. Our language is if I'm talking about Sharatazah, I have to say your name or I'm gonna fight everybody.
Right.
Period. And this is why I love the Hebrew class. This is one of the reasons why I really love the Hebrew class, right? So I'm gonna go here, right? I'm gonna click on Kasa. I'm gonna go into the lexicon because the Hebrew class, you get the entire breakdown of how we meant what we say, right? You see here, this is the actual notes that was written when they were translating the word. To cover over, right? Kindred roots is kasa with the ha at the end and kasa'a with I at the end. To cover, hence to be hidden, to be concealed. You see it right here. This is how you know this is the proof. To cover, and you go down to pardon, to confide covertly, to cover oneself, to be concealed. To cover, to conceal, right? Is right here. We got the proof. So, and I love the Hebrew language in the Hebrew class for that reason, because you'll read something, you'll be like, yo, that was crazy. Like when you actually read what was really said, like it's certain, man, it's so many different scriptures where you'll see it. I'll give you an example, right? This would be good for the past tense because we did this last week. Right, this is Malachi. I think I got it. Malachi 1 and 3. No, this is Malachi 3. We can go to Malachi 3, but I'm gonna take it back to the first chapter anyway. So boom. How do we get to the first chapter? I gotta click on this. Let's see. Let's see if I can get back. Man, I forgot how to skip back to the previous chapter. There's a way to do it. Yep, Malachi 2. All right, here we go. Malachi. Oh, no, damn. It's just taking me back to the previous joint. Hold on. Damn, y'all, I forgot how to do this. I ain't did it in forever. Boom, boom, boom. This is Malachi 2. Let's see if we can get to Malachi 1. All right, here we go. So Malachi 1 and 3, right? Malachi 1 and 3 in English. I have loved you, saith the Lord, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord, yet I love Jacob. So the Lord said, Jacob and Esau was brothers, but he loved Jacob. This is what Paul is quoting. And I hated Esau. For Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. This is what Paul is quoting. He's quoting Malachi 1 and 2 and 3. Malachi 1 and verse 2 to 3. He said, and I laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Now, when you read the Hebrew, and you look at what the Most High said, there's a word in here. This word right here, na'am. Na'am. Can you see this, Sharatazah?
Sir.
I'm gonna have you read this. So I'm gonna read this to you in Hebrew. I know all this looks like chicken scratch right now, right? Ahab thayah. If y'all remember, what is thayah at the end of the root word? Right? You got ahab thayah. I'll take you back if you can't remember. Right? If it was too much, I'll take you right back to it. Hold on, let me copy this and just make a new tab and then paste it so I can have all these ready for y'all. Boom.
I can read it, sir.
No, I got you. You'll read the Hebrew. Perfect. The water. So Sharatazah, I'm gonna let you grab this Hebrew. All right. Let you take the Hebrew. I want to show you all this. Thayah at the end of a root word. At the end of the root word was what? I. So you don't see anya at the beginning of that verse. If you go to the beginning of the verse, it don't say anya ahab thayah. I was just trying to show you that Anya is how you say I. That's how they did it. They put the proper way of speaking. But the scripture is just going to say the word with the connecting tense or the correct connector on there, right? Ahab, Thayah. Ahab is love. Thayah is I loved, right? And we see it here, right here. Anya, Shamar, Thayah. I watched. So Ahab, Thayah. Ahab, Thayah. All right, now I ain't gonna break down the whole thing, but go ahead, Sharatazah. I just wanted to show you. I wanted to give y'all that one thing real quick, just because it was there, and that was one of the first things that we saw in the class. But go ahead, you can read it, and then we're gonna come back to this word right here. Go ahead.
Kind of one, sir. It's hold on. You
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you read. I'm gonna keep it right here.
You said it's Malachi 3 and 1.
Malachi 1 and 2.
Malachi 1 and 2.
Actually, oh wait, damn. Did I share it to the screen? Here we go, right here.
Hold on, sir.
And like I said, Thayah at the end was highlighted.
Okay, I got it.
Go ahead.
Ahab, Thayah, Come, Amar, Yahawah, Wa, Amar, I still like it. Wa, Amar, Thumb.
Amar thumb. This is the ending. That thumb is what? You, masculine, plural, past tense. If I can pause you right there and pull up the proof. Right? Here we are right here. Hold on, bang. Wait. Good night. Here we are right here. Shamar thumb. Shamar thumb. No, it don't have to have a thumb at the beginning, but it's you, masculine, plural, y'all. Shamar thumb. In this case, what it said here was Wa Amar thumb, and said you. And y'all said, go ahead.
Kanawaka. Bama, Ahab, Thunwa,
Ahab Thanawa.
Salaki. Ahab, Thunawa.
So in, by the beginning of a root word is in. That's a beginning connector. Ma is the actual word what or where or how. What or how, or in this case, who or where. So in where or wherein. In where, Ahab Thanawa, and where loved you. Remember the thigh at the end of it for the tense, past tense, you, us. And when loved you, us. And where loved you, us. And I can show you again here, real quick. Right, boom, 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 boom. Let me go back to which one it was. Right here, that Shamar Tha, that Tha right here, Shamar Tha, Ahab Tha, for past tense, for you, wherein you, past tense, loved. Ahab Tha, loved you, and then, of course, the next one would be we, past tense, Nawa. Ahab Tha Nawa at the end. Ahab Tha, and then Nawa. Wherein loved you us, which is what it's saying. It's saying Ahab, right, loved Tha, you, and then Nawa is us. Wherein loved you us? Wherein did you love us? Go ahead.
Kanawaka. Hala wa
Brother.
I.S.U.P.K.
Esau.
I.S.H.A. La, Salakia. La Yaquab.
To Jacob.
To Jacob.
So wherein loved us? This one was saying was not, or wasn't, or was brother Esau to Jacob. La at the beginning of a root word is 2. Y'all gotta go ahead and y'all gotta go look at the beginning connectors. We just breaking down the whole 9. Went into the lexicon itself, Oxford lexicon. I forget the name of the book. And big shout out to General Q for gifting that to me. All right, for the Hebrew class. But man, read that the whole entire thing, the definitions of each one, and y'all gotta go check out our beginning connectors class. So, wherein loved you us? The Lord said, was not brother Esau to Yahuah, to Jacob. Was not Esau Jacob's brother. Now, this word right here, go ahead.
Na'am.
Now just click on this word. This is saith, right? Saith. But if you click on the concordance, saith, said, speak. Okay, let's go to the Strong's definitions. An oracle, said, saith, right? Let's go to the lexicon, right? Na'am, given as a noun found in the absolute state. See, na'am, right? And if you read outline of biblical usage, an utterance, a declaration of a prophet, utterance, declaration, revelation of prophet in aesthetic state, right? When you prophesy, utterance, declaration, elsewhere, always preceding divine name. It's a declaration, declaration, declaration. This is something that when the Lord said this, he meant it. He said it and he meant it. An oracle, what the Lord said, given as a noun, found once in the absolute state. Meaning that's the way they was categorizing our slang at the time. But that's what it was used as. Utterance, declaration. This is all the different way it was used. This is the Brown Driver Briggs lexicon, all the different ways, that it was used. But man, Salaki, I think he's popping up, y'all. My bad. But if you read number 2, before divine names, right? This is declaration of prophet citing divine word through him. Let me see if I was to click on this show all. And I'm gonna let you get back to it, but I just wanted to show you all this, right? Dang, every time I press something, it clicks on something else. Okay, found in all prophets except Habakkuk, Jonah, and the Hexateuch in the Chronicles, Daniel, Job, or the 5 Mengoloth. I don't even know what that is, right? I'll have to click on it and tell you what they're trying to say by the 5 Mengoloth. Right? But it's saying that it's found all through the Bible except in Habakkuk, Jonah, Chronicles, Daniel, Job, and whatever the 5 Mengoloth is, or Mengolith is. But it's found all through the Bible where it's used preceding the Most High's name or through a prophet, where it was written as if he was in some type of, as if it was like poetry. Because in our language, you'll see that when we prophesy, it's sort of poetic, the words that we choose to say. And you will know from going to camp, the way you say certain things and there's certain metaphors, it's sort of like poetry, because you're giving metaphors, you're prophesying, you're giving, parables, so to speak. All right, so I just wanted to show you all that real quick, right? To show you that when the Most High said whatever he about to say right now, he meant it. Go ahead.
YAHAWAH, Ahab,
and loved.
Ath,
showing direction, meaning I'm only talking about whoever comes after this.
And Yahuah.
The Lord said he declared he loved Jacob. This is what he said. That's what he said. This is documented that the Lord hate us. I mean that the Lord loves us. Now,
Right.
it's also documented. What's next? Read on.
YAHUAH.
And only talking about whoever that comes after this.
I.S.U.A.
Esau.
Salakia. I.S.U.K. SHAANAYAAHLA.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's click on it. Shana is hate. It's the way you say it. Shana. When you say you hate something, you say it a specific way. Shanathia. He hate Esau. This is what God said. That's what he said. And he's not talking about nobody but Esau. He said he hated Esau. I hate him. Go ahead.
YAHUAH. YAHUAH.
YAHUAH. Mountain. Yah is a connector, and then Y at the end to say their mountains, right? I mean to say his mountains. Go ahead.
YAHUAH.
Waste.
WA'ath.
And specifically, go ahead.
Nakhalathwa.
And specifically his heritage. Go ahead.
La Thun. Also like a La Thanawath.
Lathunwath. This was meant for us to go here. Thun is dragon. Thunwath is dragons. It made it feminine plural. How do we know? We can click on the second part, right here. We click on it. Then scroll down. Is a noun, right? Person, place, or thing. Common type is just anybody. It could be anybody. If y'all previous classes, I went through all of this and read it and everything like that. Gender, both. That's because it's common. It's just referring to anybody. Number, plural. Plural, and it's a construct. I forget what the construct one is. But if you click on these, it'll pop up and we can read them. I'm just not going to do that because we're short on time. But to show you, the Lord did say that he hated Esau and that he loved Jacob. And it was good because we got an example to use Wath. Wath, it made the number plural. So now I'm glad I got a chance to go here because I was saying earlier, Wath sometimes makes the word plural, right? And here's what, let me go show you the rules that we have so you can know why I even said sometimes. Right? If we come back here, so this is the rules to the Hebrew, right? It says to form the feminine adjectives, right? Add ha. To make a word feminine, you add ha. Example, tawab is tawaba. Tawaba, to make it feminine. To form plural, you add masculine with yum. And for the feminine, you add wath. So it makes it plural. But sometimes where we talking about like the land or, okay, just so y'all know, right? Y'all may not know. Everybody out there may or may not know. But when the Lord speaks to us, he speaks to us in feminine. We are the lesser. He's changing his language to speak to the lesser in authority than himself, right? So he ain't just, we're not equal with the Most High. He changes his language to speak lesser, to the lesser in authority. So he talks to us in feminine. We do the same thing when we speak about the land. I say I'm going to Chicago for the Midwest Fire Weekend. Chicago will be in feminine. Right? The Midwest Fire Weekend feminine. We will speak in feminine. Right? And now, so y'all get what I'm trying to say, right? Speaking of that, Commanding General YAHANNA's lecture is going on right now. Right now. Where do we go from here? the lecture is on right now. I just want y'all to know. It started at 8 p.m. So I'm pretty sure everybody jumping off to go over there and check out that lecture, all right? So now I just wanted to show that real quick, to show you with the WAF, while I was saying sometimes it'll be plural, but sometimes it won't. It'll just be feminine depending on how we saying it. So the word kasa, which I know I sort of varied off straight away from, kasa, you can say kasaha, or you can just say kasa, right? With just the way it is. Or you can say kasawaf to make it feminine. Because it's very rare where you'll see two ha's. But it is in the Bible, but meaning literally in the Hebrew scriptures where you can see two ha's at the end, right? But is not that often. But just to be easy, just to be simple, yes, let's just put ha at the end. I was trying to show you that it could be waf as well. You can go with kasawaf. And we went to look up the word to see if the word was feminine in itself, because if it was feminine, we could have just said kasa, right? Or we could have said kasawaf, depending on what it was. So in this case, we can say kasaha, if that's easier for everybody to understand, seeing that we have the rules right here and it says to add ha. You can do it that way as well. All right, so we can say kasaha, but just going into the Hebrew itself, it's not going to be a lot where you see ha at the end 2 times. Like the word, especially because in our language, characters can drop off. So it would be no need to make 2 ha's because they would just take one out.
Right.
So it would be kasa, but it would be feminine to say she concealed, which is why I said you probably could say it that way, just the regular way, kasa. And I just checked to see if the word was feminine already. And that's pretty much what I did. I just went to go check to see if the word was feminine already. It wasn't. It was the regular root. But even in the language, you can say kasaha or you can say kasa. It just depends. It depends on how you want to say it. Or you can say kasawaf, but it would be, that would be more for the plural, but it's still feminine. Because like I said, some words is waf and they're not feminine. I mean, they're not plural. That common, what they said, the type, it was common, they don't always mean plural. Just so y'all know, if y'all never, if y'all haven't looked that up in the Hebrew, it don't always mean plural. Common is just common. Boom, boom, boom. Masculine, feminine, singular, masculine, singular, feminine, singular, masculine, plural, feminine, plural. Is any of those. It's just the common type. So, and I was going to break that down. So to answer your question, we can go with just kasaha to make it easy for everybody. Kasaha. She concealed, right? Let me see what else. She concealed. Let's pick another one. Let's pick another one and see what we can come up with. Hold on, let me make this a little bit smaller. And I'll scroll down some. You just let me know where to stop. Try to go slow.
Guess we could do. Let's do journey.
Journey, Nasai. Nasai. And some of these words, boy, they be good for a sister. Okay. What was the other one? Kasaya. And I like Nasaya. Dang. Sheesh. I get some of it. Sister named Journey, Nasaya. She journeyed or some old shit, like stuff like that. It's a lot. Right. So well, that'll be ill for some sisters. Kasaya, Nasaya, Most High in Christ. All right. Now, so you said Nasa. So all right. So let's pick how we're gonna do it in the which way do we want to go about it? So do we want to say she, we, you, they, or do we want to say hold on, come on now. Let me make this smaller. Or do we want to say I, you, he?
I know they would have the wa at the end, right?
You said
Like,
they would have Y at the end. Yes, it would.
like
And I'll
they
pull it up
journey.
for you. Yep. Y at the end. They journey. Nasaiwa.
Okay, so okay, let's try the I journey.
I journey.
Right.
Hold on. Damn, I didn't even know I did all that. All right. Let's go here. I journey would be Thaya. Nasai Thaya. Nasai Thaya. I journey. Past tense. You got I, the example word, which is shamar or watched. In this case, it would be Nasai, which is journey. I journey, Nasai Thaya. Nasai Thaya. I journey. If it was a brother, his name would just be Nasai. He journeyed. Or Yanasai. Right? Yanasai is he journeyed. Because Ya at the beginning is to say he. Now y'all don't see that here, but that's the beginning connector, Ya. So you can say he journeyed or she journeyed, Nasaya, like Nasaya or Nasaiha, right?
Khan. Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
If it's you journeyed, it'll be the tha at the end.
Right. If you're saying you, but only speaking about one person, it would be just this tha at the end. If you were speaking about more than one person, it would if it's brothers or more brothers, than women, it would be thumb. Or if it's a man and women, it would still be thumb. But if it's just sisters, then it would be thun.
Khan. I see.
So it would be Nasai thumb if you was talking about brothers, Nasai thun if you was talking about sisters. I'm gonna try to pick one. We got 3 minutes left. I'm gonna try to pick one. Let's go. Let's do damage. Shakaf over here. H or the coordinate 7843. Damage. Shakaf. All right, let's see. You want to pick another tense? I mean, not another tense. A different way of saying the past tense.
Oh, no, that's Tawab, sir. We'll go with that one.
Let's do they. Let's do they feminine. Salaki, you feminine. You feminine. Let's do thun. Right? Let's do thun. So the word is shakathun. Shakathun. You damaged. Right? The sisters that came out of Esau's world, Shakathun. We know that Shakathun. We know that you damaged. We know that this oppressor's world has damaged you. We know that you are Shakathun. You are damaged. You are damaged. Past tense. Or you were damaged. Past tense, right?
Right. Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
Is there a way to say undamaged, or there's no?
Yes. La will go in front to make it negative.
Oh, okay.
And if y'all go ahead and y'all check out our Y'all check out the beginning connectors. All right. The beginning connectors class that we did, I went into the lexicon, the Oxford lexicon, and just like how we read in the lexicon today, that's exactly how it looks in the lexicon. So I went into the lexicon and read out each beginning connector from the alphabet, from the dictionary, and la, is a beginning connector. But then they also spoke about la-ah, how la-ah in front of a word makes it negative, gives the negative or the reverse of it. So not damaged. So because the sisters in the I.S.U.P.K, because y'all came into the I.S.U.P.K, la'ah shakafan, right? La'ah shakafan. You are not shakaf damaged. Thun, you. Y'all are not damaged. La'ah shakaf thun. Y'all are not damaged anymore, right? No longer damaged. La'ah shakaf thun. Not you damaged. You not damaged. Okay? Now you are what? What was it? Now you are Yashai. Now you are rescued.
Right.
Right? Y'all were Yashai Thun. You were rescued. Yashai Thun. Y'all were rescued. Past tense. At first, the sisters in the I.S.U.P.K, when you came in, you were Shakathun. You were damaged. But now, La'ah Shakathun. But now you're not damaged. Because Kaya, because Yashai Thun. Because you rescued.
Right. Sir.
Because you were rescued. Go ahead.
So, okay, like if you wanted to create a name with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
For a sister to be like, okay, she was rescued. She's not damaged. She was, but she's not anymore. So you would take those two words, and how would you create the name for a sister like that?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question. With names are different.
Okay.
Names are different. Names ain't speaking a proper sentence, but proper formation and things like that. A name is a specific structure made to match the spirit of whoever you're talking about.
Okay.
So our names have meanings. Our names match our spirit. They're not just something that sounds nice for the person. So with that being said, we have the freedom to match, to build the name, to match the spirit of that person, to properly and eloquently show the to have a proper pronunciation that matches the spirit of that person. So because the word itself is going to be whatever word you choose that means. So if you saying she was rescued, she's not damaged, that whole sentence could be the name, but the name could be one word.
Right.
You can have a small phrase and it be two words. Jesus Christ, what was his name? For he shall save his people. That's his name.
Right.
Called his name such and such, for he shall save his people. That's his Hebrew name. He shall save his people. His name is YAHUSHA, one word. He saves. So the Lord saves, right? Then you got just different, it depends. So you don't have to take the word Yeshai, what was it? Yeshai-thun, and La'ash and Shakathon. You don't have to say that for the whole name. The name could be La'ah Shakath, La'ah Shakath. Could be her name, not damaged.
Right.
Or La'ah Shakatha. Right?
Right.
So, or her name could be Yeshaiah, saved. Right, like meaning the word, her actual pronunciation of her name is what I'm saying. But her name could actually mean, just with that one word, Yeshaiah or Yeshaya, could mean she's saved, she's not damaged. It could literally mean that whole phrase. So that's the beauty of naming someone. Think about when you have a baby. It's like you got to pick the right name because you're trying to match this baby's spirit. You don't want to get a baby, you know what I mean? You want to be on point with the Lord and match the spirit of the baby. And you also want the name to sound beautiful.
Right.
To have a fight, you know what I mean? You don't want it to be something long and drawn out and corny. And then everybody going to call him a nickname anyway. That's just how we are in Israel. So it could be one name with a full meaning as the name. He shall save his people. Made through the fire, but your name is one word. Your name may be through the fire. Your name may be fire. You know, you never know. So that's the difference in names. The name is you can sort of structure it. Like, all right, you'll find the tense. You can go through the tenses and pick whichever one sounds better. It can be past tense, future tense, present tense. It can be one word, two words. It just depends on what is better and not a name that you would never even want to call your child. Like, nah, that's too damn long. I don't know why I named it this.
Right.
So, and that's the beauty of it. You know what I mean? You got to think like, all right, this is Shakatha or Shakatha, right? Like that's the name, Shakatha. What was it? Yeshaiah, right? Any one of those. And their name would mean saved and not damaged. That would be her name. That would actually be what it means, but though her name is one word. So I hope I summed it up quickly for you, you know what I mean?
Got him a concert at the water.
All right, man. Most High Christ, the water, Sharatazah for coming through, man. Give Sharatazah a hand.
The water for having me, sir.
Yeah, Tom, y'all. Make sure after y'all cut this off, make sure y'all go tune in to Commanding General YAHANNA's lecture. With that being said, Shalom, Anyakahan, Wakwatazian, Marah, Mawarka, Kayahayawam, Anyai Wabarakatha, Al-Kahan, Wakwatazian, Kwatazakarab, the water, Shalom. What I just said was, peace, Israel. I'm Priest and Officer Marah, your teacher for the day. I'm passing the class over to Priest and Officer Kwatazah Karab. Thank you. Peace. All right.
Powerful hand teaching a powerful reading class. All right. This is the I.S.U.P.K. Oh, sorry. All right, this is the I.S.U.P.K. slide on what was 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of Judge Howard, rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They aren't in the school at all. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must be permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 down to 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, my I.S.U.P.K, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give the Treasury Department, priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever not your life. Upcoming holy convocations, we got the memorial blowing of the trumpets. This is the first day of the 7th month. September 21st, if you want to read up on it, go to Leviticus chapter 23, verse 24 to read up to 25. I'm watching to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boot, shirt, pant, and a scarf. And with that, a majum, Sar Palah Padam, means turn the face to the east. All right, we want to send the prayers up to bless Israel. It's like, all right, Yahawah,
Ba'ashem,
YAHUSHA,
Rakanawa,
YASHUA,
Yashala,
YAHAWAH,
SICARII.
Ba'ashem.
YAHUSHUA.
YAHUSHA.
YAHUAH. Yahweh in the name of YAHUSHUA.
Yahweh in the name of Yahushua.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
In the name of
In the
YAHUSHUA.
name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. All right, sir. It's your turn. All right, men of Israel, we're going to get a brothers with courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Madu Shabbat. Madu. Barak.
YAHWAH.
YAHUSHUA.
You guys got time, hands down, starting. We're going to face the sisters. All right, we're going to get the sisters with courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Madu Shabbat. Madu. Barak.
YAHWAH.
You guys got time, hands down, class dismissed.
Inside Christ, the water to wrap us out for coming through.
Thank you for having me, sir.
Go ahead and check out that lecture, man. If it's live, go ahead and check out Commanding Junior YAHANNA. Shalom, y'all.
Shalom.